Well, as unbelievable as it seems, the two socialist candidates are just behind that slightly confused fella with the bloody eye. Today's polls show Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders in second and third place, and they're neck and neck. I think it's safe to say that these two split the commie vote. So when one of them is eliminated, that person's votes would mostly go to the one still in. If that happened now, and all the Democratic Socialist votes went to either Bernie or Liz, he or she would be leading Biden by about 10 points. This ain't no joke, kids. We have a serious number of socialists in this country. Or at least we have lots of people who think they're socialists. My guess is that of these two candidates, Warren is most likely to get the nod at the convention. This past week, she's been making nice with her party's moderates, offering to help other demos who are running for this or that in 2020, and just trying to humanize herself. That's something that Bernie is unlikely to do. He's so single-focused that other than shouting and waving his arms around, he's not really much of a candidate. Bernie is more of a concept. Warren is showing signs of hitting her stride, but back in June, all she could talk about was this. This is a billboard she put up in San Francisco right outside the train station. All of those sleepy-eyed coders getting aboard the commuter to Silicon Valley every morning were informed that Ms. Warren was out to bust up Google and Facebook and Amazon too. Now, I can't be sure how many of these commuters actually work for the big three, but my guess is that all of them look at this sort of government intervention with a highly skeptical eye. Her idea, apparently, is that once a company reaches the 25 billion mark in yearly earnings, a bunch of politicians should step in and dismantle it. It's true that most of the tech giants are thought to be run by Democrats, but it seems to me that that sort of big government interference will not beta test well in Palo Alto. If there is one overarching romantic narrative in Silicon Valley, it's of the ragged startup that somehow makes it big. The scruffy nerds in somebody's mom's garage, fueled by Red Bull and Doritos, making a new app that will addict the world to something it never knew it wanted. It's about entrepreneurship as much as engineering. Liz has been a bit quiet about it lately, but as recently as August 31st, she told a reporter from GeekWire that she is in fact going to go after Amazon. She said this in Seattle, blocks from where Amazon is headquartered. Warren cannot help herself. Something is broken in her. She cannot see business except through the Gilded Age robber baron lens that she's worn since college. She and Bernard are two peas in a zero-sum pod. Two people who have never created anything more challenging than a lesson plan or a few pages of drafted legislation, yet they think they can look at a business that was built up through enormous human effort and investment and say, nope, that's too big, we're going to bust it up. I'm not going to get into the antitrust stuff here and prove my ignorance. Instead, I'd just like to focus down on Amazon for a second. Warren's claim is that Amazon now constitutes a monopoly and that, by its enormous market share, it is creating an unfair business climate for the average Joe just trying to bring a product to market. Has she ever used Amazon? Does she think that all the products sold on the site are made by Amazon? That in addition to their enormous distribution system, they also have huge factories that make every conceivable sort of product? I have something for sale on Amazon. I bet that a lot of you do too. The truth is that Amazon has created a worldwide distribution mechanism like nothing that we could have imagined 25 years ago. All over the country and the world, there are big factories, and very small ones, that sell most of what they make through Amazon. There are also people making little gizmos at the kitchen table that can easily be found right there on Amazon as well. My Little CDs have a page that looks just like a real Amazon page because it is one. If somebody downloads one of my records, it's a few clicks and done. And everybody has an account there with their credit card already on file. Nobody gets hacked, and the packages always show up, and if not, the purchase is covered. What's not to love? I buy an herbal remedy made in small batches by a family in England. I buy collagen protein from a Silverdale, Washington company. I was able to find these products and carefully compare them to others through hundreds of reviews, all on Amazon. Who exactly does Warren think she's talking to when she swears to bust up this retail giant? Does she think that the rank and file of her party are all people trying to compete with Jeff Bezos to build something kind of like Amazon, only more mom and pop? Well, I hate to tell her, but her potential voters are Amazon customers and Amazon suppliers. And if they are anything like me, they really appreciate how good this particular tech giant is at what it does. I buy used books all the time. They ship from this or that little library, depository, or warehouse somewhere out in the country, where I would never come across them. What I'm looking for is instantly located by Amazon, and the person who wants to sell it in that same instant locates me, like magic. In a minute, my money is in the seller's account, and a few days later, I'm reading The Road to Serfdom at the laundromat. Does Liz have any idea how huge that is? This is printing press huge. This is steam engine huge. This Bezos guy started in a garage and is now connecting billions of customers with millions of vendors. Warren is offended that Amazon makes more than $25 billion a year. Is she equally offended that $160 billion is made by product suppliers large and small that do business every day through Jeff's wonderful machine? That's only counting American businesses, run by potential voters. I know some of you don't like Jeff Bezos. Some of you don't like Google. I myself have a beef with Facebook. But hey, if not for Facebook, I'd never have ended up on YouTube, which is owned by Google. And if not for this exposure, I wouldn't be selling any CDs on Amazon. Actually, I prefer that you use CD Baby, but the reviews on Amazon are worth a read. I think that most of the so-called socialists out there in the wilds of America are really either kids right out of college or old Marxists looking to burn something down before they go belly up. They see themselves in Bernie and Liz, the utopian idealists they wish they'd have been or hope one day to be. It's all romance. The vast majority of American Democrats just want their lives to be easy, convenient, low stress. The disruption that would be caused by breaking up large tech outfits because they have been way too good at giving Americans what they want is not going to play well with average Democrats. And certainly not with us. I hope that Liz keeps threatening to forcibly restructure these companies. I hope she pisses them off real good. Because the idea of Facebook and Google and Amazon flexing their collective muscles to stop Liz or Bernie, that's just too delicious. Imagine that the evil capitalists fighting back the neo-socialists in 2020 are from deep blue Seattle and Silicon Valley. That's something I'd pay to see. Maybe Netflix will make a movie. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and then click the little bell to get notifications.